2, okay. 1. Brothers and sisters, once again, we back. An injury to one. Y'all know what's up. I'm your host, Dezo. Go introduce yourself and your plug.
I am Gambrell, 102454.
Banana B Sugar 9663.
Yes. Okay, so y'all see we got some new blood, some old blood, and some. I'm almost blood. I'm kind of kin. I'm a little bit close to them. It's still all good. Y'all know this an injury to one. We come, we sit down, we talk. Come put your tools on the table. This is for the whole ILWU and all 60, but I did hear it was 70 locals. So don't get me misconstrued. Do your homework, but it's a lot of us. And so any one of y'all is welcome here anytime, any day to come holler at me. It may not always be me as your host because this is a we thing. But yeah, so with that being said, how y'all ladies doing? Y'all good?
I'm doing fabulous.
So can you tell me why? So can you tell me what is the reason that you wanted to become part of the ILWU?
So the answer to that question, I didn't originally want to be ILWU. Long short at all. My coworkers, we drove school buses and they wanted to go and stand in line. I believe it was 98, 99, somewhere around there, right? And I was like, I don't want to go stand in a long line. And then when they was like, come on, let's go, give it a try, give it a shot. So we took a small bus, went down to San Francisco to Pier 96, which is off at the end of Evans Street.
Okay.
And so we got there, and I'm like, see, I told you I was a long line. And looked at all those people, and it was like, come on, we parked the bus, got it in line. But there was an old timer going up and down the line, telling everybody, if you don't have your driver's license or social security card, you might as well get out of line. And it was like, what? It was like, okay. So I always carried mine because since my mom gave it to me. And a lot of people got out of line, at least 30 people got out of line. And so we moved up really, really fast and got in, got the card, and I turned my card in right at that time, right? And on Evans Street, main post office, and called my dad, told my dad, hey, guess what I did? And he's like, what did you do? I put in a card. And he was like, you did what?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I put in a card. He said, you sure you want to do that work? I said, I might as well. I said, I've been coming in and being a clerk for you, working off my social security.
Oh, so
I was familiar, but I only did like clerk jobs because he was the clerk at that time.
Okay.
Supercargo for Sealand. They don't have Sealand.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
So Sealand is where the Outer Harbor. It was Outer Harbor, Ports America, all the 20s.
Okay, yeah, 25,
21st, right?
Okay.
And you might have seen the black cranes. A long time ago, you might have saw some black cranes. That was Sealand.
Okay.
So with that being said, out of 6 of us, only 2 of us got in. I was the first one and couldn't believe it. And then one of the other sisters, Sharon, she came in, and her daughter is a B. Right now today, her daughter is a B. She should be coming up probably next year. Next year, to get her A book. So I remember when she was a little girl. But that's how it happened. And I came in 2000. July 2000.
So once I came in, that was pretty quick then, 99, 98. What about you, Gabby?
So my father is an amen right now. He got in 2013, if I'm not mistaken. And when he got in, He used to take me to the union meetings. He used to take me to Bloody Thursday, the Christmas party. But he used to also take me to the rallies and stuff. So, and used to come home with the paperwork. And he was like, when you get in, if you do get in, there's knuckleheads down there, but you're going to make sure you go to these workshops and read this paperwork. So he got something called an interest card, which he was able to give to me. And I filled it out and I got picked. I got it in 2021 and been up from there. Fourth generation. So I'm extremely thankful and happy that I'm in here. Didn't think I would be here because it's an unconventional job, but I'm extremely thankful to be here.
Hey, I know that list is the same list that they gave my dad the same card. So, but you got it in 21. I didn't get it until 23. So. And my dad was on the 99 and he got in quick because his number's 9632.
Oh yeah,
and so so it's like
9600.
he got in kind of faster than some other people. You know, they went to 99 and maybe it took them 5-6 years. It took me 6 years before they called me, but hey, I'm still here. So hey, this is a blessing, and it's a real good family thing. So I appreciate y'all stories about that because people need to know, like, you stood in line. You know, Pops helped you out. Either way it goes, we still, you know what I mean? We locked in. We still fam. You know what I mean? And sis over here being modest though. She a Beto now. And I'm gonna say when I came in, we was both IDs, but she reached out to me more than anybody. Like it been up since day one, since we came and we set up in the Henry Smith room and they talked to us. It been up. So I look up to y'all. KB too, you know what I mean? Shout out. You know what I'm saying? Just anybody up there that didn't have to. You know what I mean? All that stuff you don't have to do. This was never you didn't even know. I told you who my pops was and everything, but you still got stuff to do for everybody. And you would sit there and talk to me and get your time. Still doing what you're doing though. You know what I'm saying? But you give your time, and I really appreciate that about both of y'all. I think that y'all team players, y'all my sisters for life now.
Yes.
Y'all can't get rid of me, so don't even try it. Y'all ready for these questions, huh? Okay, so now you being in the industry for a while. You've been in the industry for a while through like proxy of your pops and stuff like that. So with y'all looking at y'all careers, right, and being members of Local 10, what struggle fundamentally changed your thoughts about our work in the union and what solidarity means?
Take it first. Or you want to go first?
Well, so I will say what changed like my thought process and my, I guess, outside knowing of what the union is and what I see is needed and the power that we hold was, I guess, like all the community outreach that we did and how much we needed to be involved in the doings and whatever the union needed from us. So I would say like all the rallies that I've attended, seeing people on the side of the road with their picket signs, like seeing that people already knew who we were before I even really knew who I was with being in this union, showed me how much power we have as a collective, how much power the ILWU has. And me choosing to get informed with our educational workshops, with Miss Bernetta being this year's chair of our educational workshop to give us knowledge, you know what I'm saying, about our industry. Also our steward council, which the educational workshop is up under, with helping us to become better and know how to be better stewards on the job so that we can keep that power, and then share that power to let other members know what it is that we're supposed to do within the union. And also our Bay Area Long-Term Memorial Association. They are like our property managers, I guess, like a better description of that. But they help us to know how to take care of our hiring hall and the importance of our dispatch hall. So I think those workshops and those rallies that I've attended help to fundamentally help me to change and really understand the perspective of our power, the power that we have.
Yeah. That's a good one. You want me to ask you a question again? Or?
No. Well,
Okay.
for me, coming in 2000, we were un-IDs, then IDs, then A. We went through an extra step. But even going through those extra steps, we moved very fast. We wasn't casuals that long. I missed getting my B-book in the same year, 2000, by 4 hours.
Oh, wow.
So I would have been in your dad's school.
Oh, okay.
But I ended up coming up later, the next year later, in January, and ended up getting my B-book then, which was 2001.
Okay.
And so I actually was injured from my other job, so nobody knew, and I didn't want anybody to know because I wanted to get my B-book.
Right, yeah.
So I actually had a band on I had what's called tennis elbow. And so we got our B-books, and then I tried to go to work, and we was coning all day. And one of the crane operators came to help me because I couldn't lift the cone no more because of my injury.
Yeah.
So at that point, I was like, okay, I need to just be off. So I was off for like almost 7 months, 2001.
Okay.
And then I came back, went into tractor training, did all of that, and moving forward, the next year, 2002, October 2002, we were locked out. Some people say we were on a strike, but we wasn't on a strike. The employers locked us out. So when they locked us out, we all had to report in different areas of where our work was, right? So because I lived up this way, I went to, first I went to Crockett.
Okay.
And then they said they were shutting Crockett down, so they ended up moving everybody to Benicia.
Okay.
So going to Benicia, and the members who were there in Benicia showed so much solidarity. Everybody just brought food, and every day we had shifts, and everybody would sit and tell stories about how they came in the industry, talked about the ups and downs of the local, ups and downs of the work, and being involved, telling everybody we can stay involved, especially me being new coming in, stay involved, learn as much as you can, and just sit back and ask yourself, where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself fitting into the ILW, especially local team? And with that being said, I saw myself I want to be a crane operator. So I didn't see myself like in a political, in a political arena. I just wanted to learn how to be up there in that crane, right? And then I was also on the drill team. A lot of members don't know I was on the drill team.
Okay.
So being on the drill team, my sister Gabrielle says that when you're out there marching and the people, the feedback from the people is just so amazing, and that let me know how much power that and how much outreach that the ILWU does to reach out to the community. And to me, that's what it's about. Because when we were locked out, I had my ILW jacket and my hat on, And I went into the store. And so the cashier was like, oh, you guys are on strike. And then I'm like, no, we're not on strike. And she was like, you're not on strike? I'm like, no. I said, the employers locked us out. It's a difference. So that in itself, speaking to the community and getting them to understand that, no, because it was out there that, oh, we're just striking because we want more money.
Right.
And that wasn't the case.
Right.
We couldn't go to work.
Right.
Right. And so with that being said, that in itself, and just going to the rallies and standing up for, you know, working people, working class people, and what's right. You know, we deserve to make a living just as well as any, you know, anybody, right? Yes. And the work we do is dangerous. And a lot of community people, they really don't know how dangerous that work is. And for a good while, we were like in the top 5.
Yes.
We were in the top 5 for a good while, but I know we have kind of like went down because of other work. Because, you know, the coal miners, they were like number 1, and we was like right close to them. Right.
It says the forestry space.
Yes, yes. So, you know, it's just the overall being involved, and you really get to really see those community people and how important and the impact that being in a strong union.
Yes.
That's when I really found out, okay, this ILWU is a strong union. And a lot of other industries, they want to emanate us. They want to do the same thing. They want to learn, how did we get to where we are, and how did we get to go in and bargain for our contract and stuff like that. And that's what it's about. It's teaching other entities on how to bargain for a fair contract and stand up for what's right and stand up for their job. So that to me just really, really set home with me. And that pushed me to go even further.
Yeah, I really, I think I learned something new every day being around there, just sitting in the hall and stuff, and being with people that don't always look like myself, but we still brothers and sisters.
Right.
So that's one of the things, and like you said, that lockout, I'm not even sure was my dad registered. I mean, but I know he went to Glen ID and all that. But after that, it's like he worked every day. So I can see how you guys elevated really fast, because I remember even seeing the boats out there, like
the vessels,
the
ships,
wondering what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it a lot?
He was registered.
And, okay, so
he got his speed book in 2000. That's how fast he moved. Okay. And then I got mine in 2001. So 2002, we were registered.
Okay. So I was just getting hours.
And then also during that time, the work had slowed up. Okay. So we wasn't used to that as casuals, because we came in moving. Yeah. Right? And then when we got our beat books, it's like, hold on, wait a minute, this work is slowing up.
Right.
So a bunch of us, I don't know if your dad went, but a bunch of us went down to Southern California and started working down at Local 13, because that's the bigger port, and that's where they had all of the work, right?
Yeah.
So I was a night beat. So being a night beat, the chief dispatchers allowed us to work Sunday night.
Okay.
Everybody else had to be back for Monday day.
Okay.
But if you was on the night side, we were able to stay and work Sunday night. So we working, coming back with 4 shifts under our belt. You know, and some of us, you know, who are ILWU Longshore Rivers, you know what them shifts mean.
Yes.
Right? So doing that, and then me, I kind of got smart, because I kind of heard that there was we were having work, right?
Right.
And then I said, okay, I'm not going to go down this particular weekend. It's like, why travel when I can get it right here at home? So I did, and, you know, then other members started to realize that they don't have to travel. Right. So we were able to, you know, stay at home and cover our plugs and all of that. You know, our chief dispatchers back then were I wouldn't say strict, but they made sure we followed the rules.
Right.
They made sure we followed the rules, and then we also respected them. And that's the difference of what I don't see today. A big difference.
I can dig that.
So yeah, we did a lot, and we learned a lot really fast.
And hey, with all that, we the new ones. We gonna get it together, man. I got faith in the new.
I got faith in you guys.
I got faith in the new.
I got faith in
we
you
gonna
guys.
get it together because one thing I know we got coming up is our contract. So hey, if we ain't standing together, you know what I'm saying? But it's all good. So okay, so y'all, considering that y'all been around a while, you know what I'm saying? A little while for you. And a wow. Almost a kind of real wow for you. Because I know it's people in the audience. 60, 50 years, hey, 40 years. It's people on the books that been there a long time. But so considering y'all time in Local 10, what do you consider the newest generations, the newer generations, like we gonna have to deal with in the negotiation table?
So I would say automation. Automation is here. The last negotiations, they were able to put language in place for automation. So that's something that is not, you're not going to be able to stop. You know, before there was containerization, there was everything came in bulk, right? So that was one form of automation where they just put everything in containers, and then now you have to move everything with equipment versus being physical, right? And the next stage is, which is already here, which is automation. We have fully automated terminals that will alleviate jobs. So where are we going as far as the future? We have to sustain manpower.
Right.
That's what we're going to have to sustain is the manpower. And how do we do that? That's the question. How do we sustain manpower with automation? Well, somebody got to work on things when they break down. So mechanics. So that's where I do see the waterfront changing and going in more in depth on mechanic jobs, tech jobs. You know, that's what I see.
Okay.
And that's something we used to say when I first came in. The old timers would say, "Oh, you know, that's going to be a ways away."
Right.
I've been in the industry 25 years, and that's 25 years, and then now.
Right.
So how much longer it's going to be? But it's here.
Right.
So we have to make sure that that language is solid and that everyone is able to still sustain a livelihood. And that is, where do we go? Get trained. And our members need to understand training is the key. The employers are bound. They have to train them.
Okay.
They have to train you. They try to get away with not doing it, but whoever your officers are during that time and they're sitting in those LRCs, got to make sure that that training stays consistent. Consistent training and us evolving and learning the industry as it evolves.
Right.
And not be so behind.
That was good. That's interesting.
I agree. So I'm just gonna piggyback off of you, Ms. Vanetta. I would say automation as well. When I first got in, that's what was on my mind. We were afforded the opportunity to attend some conferences, and I was able to take some workshops to learn a bit more about it. So I feel like with us being in a union, I see it as with having the workshops and the committees that we have already in place, we should definitely be using those to inoculate the membership so that we can make sure that we're ahead of the game, like Ms. Vanetta said, with making sure that they have the tools that they need to do mechanic work. that they have the credentials for what we can do on our end. You know what I'm saying? Just getting their toes wet. But like Ms. Vanetta said, it's up to the employers to train us. And something that I learned from one of the drill team lieutenants, Lieutenant Andre, he expressed to me, we're an industrial industry. So any jobs that come to this waterfront, we are to be trained for.
Yes.
We don't have to come in already knowing everything.
Right.
So I have found out, like, there are some things that we can do, like on the computer, get some certifications. We can do that through our educational workshop, you know, stuff like that. And then steward council, how we go over our contract book and safety code. And we also looked at how to write resolutions. So seeing what's already in there so that we can be ahead of the game, write resolutions now before our contract expires so that we can make sure that we already have it on our minds what it is that we need to look forward to so that we can sustain the jobs that we have and or get more jobs. Yeah, what else was I going to say? I was going to say too, I believe it's very important for us to be on the same page with this.
Yeah.
You know, solidarity is important. So from the officials to international, the membership, and I personally believe with being in this industry, the membership holds the power.
Yes.
And the membership is they're the ones that let the officials and officers know, hey, this is what we need as a collective. You know,
Right.
one of our guiding principles states that if the membership gets the information that it needs, 99% of the time it will do what's in the best interest of the union. So I hold firm to believing with what our senior members done back in the day, in 1934,
Yes.
1938, you know, with our 10 guiding principles.
Right.
That's the foundation. You
Yeah.
know? That's the foundation. And I'm doing my best to stick by that so that we can be ready for when automation comes, how Ms. Vanetta experienced the containerization. Thank you, the containerization. And then also for us with getting fully automated terminals down here in San Francisco, Oakland, what that will look like. So that, yeah, I want us to be ready.
The only place that I ever heard that they have one is LA. I don't know about what we got going on, but I have worked in CNH, and they have a couple of autonomous vehicles that I was talking to the boss up there, and he was like, you know, let's take away 12 members' jobs. Like, man, 12 to me, it sounds like a lot.
That's a lot.
It don't sound like, you know what I'm saying? 1 or 2 to me, because they my brothers and sisters anyway. I want all of them to do all of them to work. So 1 or 2 is that. But 12, go ahead.
Okay, I wanted to say this too. So Ms. Vanetta brought up our pension. Well, she brought up the manpower, right? So I found out 2/3 of our pension is man hours. So what we work. So if we don't have those jobs there, what's going to happen to our pension?
Right.
And Ms. Vanetta's still here, right? But when she chooses to retire,
Yes.
we need those jobs there to keep our pension funded.
Yes.
And we are the ones that will help to fund it. So if the jobs aren't there, that's a big thing, because a lot of jobs don't even afford you the opportunity to have a pension. So, and we have that. So we don't want nothing to become obsolete. We need to make sure that those man hours are still being worked.
And also, so the man hours is here, and we got automation there, right? So at some point, this is going to oversee overpower the man, right? So language has to be in there, where we have language for here and language for there. So everything is still moving consistently together. You know, that's our model. You know, take one, teach one.
Yeah.
Learn, take the next person and come and bring that next person up with you. Not behind you, not in front of you, but on the side.
And what I think that's very important for people too that may not know that, yes, we need to treat our brothers and sisters as such, because when you do decide to retire, these people still have to come to work for you.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad's retired, so I definitely understand exactly.
And that's the way the old timers, we call our pensioners old timers, right? So those are our retirees, in case you guys out there not understanding, those are people men and women who retired. So they are aware of what's going on up and down this coast. You'd be surprised. And the old timers, when I had the opportunity to work with a lot of them, because they were just now leaving when I came in 2000. So that's why we moved so fast.
Right.
And those old timers they drilled it in us. And even on the job, if you were standing in a bike, that means you're standing in a bike, meaning that if you're standing somewhere, you can be hurt. And that, hey, sister, don't stand there. They take you and move you back and say, hey, and they have you look at the situation, right? And it's like, hey, if you stand there, this can happen to you. So you need to stand here and make sure you keep your head on the swivel. Make sure you're always conscious of what's going on around you. And those old timers, I really, really appreciate everything that they instilled in me personally, because I've had mentors who were old timers. Some, we're the old timers now.
Right.
Believe it or not. And it's just like, okay, we got to get a group. We're the old timers. So old timer told me, with the knowledge that I was receiving from them, what am I going to do with it? And I had to think about it. And I said, well, I need to teach the next one that's coming behind me. Because if I don't teach them, then it's going to get lost. And then we won't have that pension that we were talking about. Because we have to educate those who are coming behind us. Got to educate. And then those who are being educated have to be willing to receive it.
Yes.
And that is a big, big issue, is receiving it. But how we learn, it changes. How I learn may not be how Gabrielle or how you learn, right? Technology. You guys, I'm going to tell you how things evolve. When I came in, nobody thought to put anybody in a group chat.
Right.
To put all that information in there and tell you where the boards start and all of that stuff. If we had that, oh my God, it would have been way better. But we called the tape and went down to the hall and gathered.
Yeah.
Whether we gonna get out or not, right? But you guys have a tool, which is this cell phone. It's technology, but it can be good. You use for good, also for bad.
Right.
Both. Yeah. But for good, for you guys coming in and putting a group chat together and letting everybody know what's happening, it's a good thing. Because how did the old timers, how did they get the message out there when they didn't have cell phones? They had A-phones.
Right.
They called each other, but they got the message out there.
Yeah, they did.
They got the message out there. And I'm talking about if you lived in Timbuktu somewhere, right? Yeah. You got the message.
Yeah, Brother Andre said that he used to be in Illinois. He's in Illinois.
Yes. Yep, that's what
he's like, they would call me like, brother, to get back. And he could get back to do his thing. And I'm like, there is, to me, like, I haven't been in every job in the world, but every job I've ever had, there's no other job that I feel this convicted about y'all. Yeah. Look at you, I told you. Because y'all,
we a family.
Yeah, I feel this convicted about y'all. I feel like if you call me, I'm pulling up. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
That's
like, and that is the thing that I really love about it too. You know what I'm saying? It's we all got different attitudes, different mindsets, all that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, we all together. If I see you are a person that's even a person that's a part of the ILW, and I tell them, it's like we family. We should, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I love about this job. I think this job is well, let me really back in. So, okay, y'all. Beyond all the tangible stuff, you know what I'm saying? Beyond all the health care, the money you getting, all that, your pension, them going to work, whatever. Okay. what do you think you could tell some of the new up and coming members and some of the members of your family that's positive about this experience about the IFW?
That's a good question.
I would say, for me, for where I am right now, the positive is that I have had to learn myself a whole lot. I ended up getting the opportunity to meet some amazing people, to being blessed, thank you, being able to talk about work, talk about life, but the connections that I've built and how he was just expressing being able to call on those people and them being there. That intangible right there for me, knowing that people got my back, knowing that I'm not in this by myself, and I can't wait to see, live out the rest of my career and see how that goes, and see what comes from that. So I'm extremely thankful for the opportunity to meet some amazing people because I'm 100% a homebody. So before this job, I didn't talk to many people. But now, we got a melting pot of different personalities, cultures. And again, like I said, I'm learning a lot about myself being down here. And it's a beautiful thing. I love it.
I appreciate that answer.
So I would say, on a positive note, to really embrace and accept the challenges that come and learn from them. Because in this industry, there are many, many challenges, whether it's the work, whether it's people in general, our members in general, but in certain areas of where you're at, whether you're a casual, a B, or an A, there's always room for growth. And I would say, what's the word I'm looking for? Embrace those challenges and just enjoy the ride, because it's not always all bad. Yes, it's a grind being a casual, not knowing you're going to get a job. And, I mean, seriously, I understand. I wasn't a casual that long, but like I told you, when I became a B, I understood that slowness with the work, right? And so you educate yourself in the industry that you're in, and ask yourself, where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself? Where do you fit in this organization? We all are family, and we all come from different backgrounds. We all different nationalities. Learn from one another. Everything is always, if it's a negative, turn it into a positive. So not always looking at things in a negative aspect. Look at it as a positive and as a learning experience, and just move on from there. And that's just a part of life. Things not going to come to you easy all the time, right? So with that being said, embrace being on the waterfront and learn, because you're going to learn something new every day. And just keep the love. Keep the love towards one another. Keep the love for your sisters and brothers. We all may not get along, we all may not like each other, but that's just a family in itself, right? But in the end, we all end up, we love each other, right? We're still together. And we're going to be on this waterfront for who knows how long. Right. So get to know one another, because everybody have different backgrounds. Besides doing longshore work, you got people who do a bunch of things, like you. Look at you. Talented. But I never thought that you would put something like this together. But look at you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you, brother. I admire you. I appreciate you.
I love to talk. Damn. I'm sorry. I love to talk. I so much thank y'all for coming down. I look up to these ladies. My sister, once again, She just leveled up on us, you know what I'm saying?
You don't hear some.
And Ms. Vanetta, when you told me that you was the first vice president of our local, regardless of the race, the cut, you know what I'm saying? Like that in itself, and then you still got time for us?
Yeah.
Like you see vice president
2 years consecutive.
then, you know what I mean, getting her job done and still having time for the people that some people look at as, why is you even talking to them? So
You poured into us.
that is the thing that I think is positive about it. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I said learn and just grow. Because the path that I was on, at one time I was on my own path. Like, I wanted to learn how to operate that crane.
Right.
I did.
Right.
I got certified and I was up in them cranes, but God had another plan for me.
Right.
So if you take that first step, let him guide your way. Let him guide your path, because I didn't set out to be the first woman business agent in our local.
Okay.
I didn't set out to be the first woman chief in our local. And then the first records clerk, and then the first vice president. I didn't do that on my own.
Hell yeah.
I didn't set out to do that on my own. Because each one of us down on that waterfront, it's already laid out what you're going to do.
Right.
We just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, take it, educate yourself, learn from it, but also remember to teach someone else. If you hold all that knowledge to yourself, what good is it going to do you? Yes. And I see that. I see certain people will do that. They don't want to tell you everything. But the thing is that we have to. The old timers say you have to share. You have to put that knowledge out there. And I learn things new every day. Even sitting in my office, I learn something come up, and it's something new. It might not be every day, but sometimes it is.
Right.
But certain situations come about, and my job is not an easy job. I mean, make it look easy, but it's really not.
Right.
It's really not easy. But educate yourself, and it's really time management. That's why sometimes when you come in here and you're talking to me, I'm working and talking.
Right.
So that's where it said time management. Sometimes I do have time to just sit back and just chill and talk. But sometimes I have timelines. I have timelines that I have to get done. But all in all, I welcome everybody. And for my sisters out there, the hits that I take is for you. So when you come up and come into the position of where I'm at, then you don't have to take those hits.
Yeah.
So that's what it's about.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. I love the ILW. I love local team.
Man.
And I give my arm, my leg, because it helped me. It supported me being a single mom. It supported me, and I'm like this. Some of us come into a male-dominant organization.
Yeah.
Some of our brothers don't want you coming playing in a sandbox with them.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a different breed.
Right.
I'm here. I'm going to play in the sandbox, and then when you eat too much sand, I'm going to take it.
I feel that. Miss Vanilla, like I remember once you showed me the back of your car, you know what I'm saying? And I saw all the things that you could do.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like people don't even know. Like you'll be like, they think I'm in the records office and stuff. I couldn't go and do anything. And then she was like, look, and it was like, so I really appreciate all the time you put in. And y'all,
Appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate these ladies for being out here, a part of Local 10, a part of the ILWU, showing other women what y'all can aspire to be, or even beyond what they got going on.
Yes.
Because there's places in this union that you could reach and be the first.
Yeah.
So just know that the ILWU is a great organization.
Mm-hmm.
I probably liked it before I got in, but I love it now. And so, with that being said, thank y'all ladies for coming. This is an injury to one. I always tell y'all, come put y'all tools down and we gonna talk about it. We gonna chop it up. Until next time, y'all.
Brothers and sisters, remember to stay safe out there because an injury to one is an injury to all.